Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am playing Jsabul in a private Discord tournament, and let's take a look at him. I remember Jsabul, it's been a while since I played him, but he's a very top player. Looks like he mostly plays custom games, but you can see, his top axis, rank 8, his allies. I don't think these. He's hasn't played ranked in so long. It's a little hard to gauge, but he's a very good player, one of the best, and his strategies. I think he tends to be a bit more aggressive than some other players. So let's get into the game. So for his purchase, he did the standard 2 tanks for infantry. He failed he did West Russia with no losses, and he failed Ukraine. So, little bit of a mixed start. I think it probably washes out to be about even, maybe slightly Allied favored. If he had even one less infantry here, I would consider stacking Ukraine and doing a tank rush. But considering the circumstances, I think I'm just going to opt for a standard game against him. So I'm just going to do the 7 infantry, 2 artillery, and a bomber, standard buy. Take Karelia. I think that's it. Just gonna try and play it a little bit slow here. I'm very confident in my Axis game. If the game goes long enough, that I usually will come out ahead. Assuming, it's a close to even start. Oh, that's not good. Oh, whew, always scares me a little bit when they get that first hit. Okay, good so far. Come on, subs, instant sink that battleship. Well, didn't get it. Still, about an average start. A little bit nice, I didn't lose anything in Transjordan. 1 or 2 subs in C-Zone 7 is average, so nothing too spectacular here. Let's move these tanks into position. Let's try to keep all the fighters in Northwestern Europe to keep some pressure on West Russia. I'm trying to decide if I want to double stack these here or single stack them against Jsabul. I want 2 in Ukraine instead of 1. I'm going to keep 1 tank here to potentially blitz into Caucasus. Maybe I don't need that. Let's see, what do I have loading up here? 7 tanks. I like to keep my tanks here in Baltic states to potentially blitz into Archangel in case he does a greedy Ukraine stack or something of the sort. I do like it when Russia trades a little bit heavily at the start, but he has a lot of units, so he might be more inclined to trade I think I'll leave it like this. They're always going to want to trade Ukraine, but Belorussia is a little bit more tenuous whether they want to try to trade that or not. And I have my defense profile set to where the subs submerge in the fight, and AA dies after infantry. And that's just a little trap here. If he thinks I have AA to die first, and he gets 3 hits on the first round, he'll automatically capture Karelia, and then I can just smash it. And the subs to submerge are in case, you know, for some reason the sub survives the first round, and I hit, and he decides to sacrifice a destroyer. The sub can, you know, escape the fight and threaten his navy the next turn. Okay, I think this is reasonable. Let's go with this. Pretty even game, which is nice. I like games where it's close, you know, it's not the dice deciding who wins or loses. And it's a little bit of an odd position, but I think this should be a very close start, at least thus far. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 1. Welcome back, it's Japan 1. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. 2 fighters, 3 infantry. It looks he took France, sacrificing a fighter or a transport, which is interesting. He killed the guy in Zone 5. He got terrible results here in Transjordan, but I guess how many did he attack with? 4 units. Okay, so a little light there. And he got fantastic results here in Zone 37. And yeah, he lost nothing in Zone 7, so perfect result there. So he got a little bit of he had a bad Transjordan, but everywhere else he attacked, he got really strong results. And it's a little surprising that he went for Zone 37. His position was not bad with a perfect West Russia, but I think that's just Jsabul's aggressive style. So when I see him doing this, it means there's a high chance he's going to go for a kill Japan first. So I'm just going to do kind of a hedge my bets build. I'm going to buy 1 transport, a fighter, and some land units. I am going to try to take out these cruisers here, if possible. I could do a Pearl Harbor light attack, but I think it's more pressing to take out the units here. Is it more pressing to take them out? I think it is, because if I don't take them out, he has a lot of power. He can hit 61 with 3 cruisers and a bomber, which is a little scary because, well, I don't know. I'm kind of torn here. Not a big fan of Pearl Harbor Light. I don't know. Maybe I should punch it into the calculator. What's more profitable, and let the calculator decide. Calculator says this is more profitable. But maybe this is more impactful. The longer I think about it, the more I I come to the belief that while it's nice to hit the UK here, I guess these guys aren't really doing too much right now. Whereas if he wants to do a kill Japan first, this aircraft carrier sub, these units are probably going to be a lot more impactful. At least that's my gut instinct. I'm not really sure what the right choice is here. I leave these guys free. I guess he could go to Borneo next turn, but then I'd wipe him. I think I'll do Pearl Harbor Light. I'm slightly afraid of a kill Japan first after that strong start, and if I nip the USA a little bit, it might become a little bit harder for him to do something. Let's do the scary fight first. Nice, he submerged the sub. Okay, I think I can be happy with those results. Actually, he got really good dice relative to what I should have gotten, so if he had that sub in there, it could have been even messier. We got the aircraft carrier. That's what matters. He can't reinforce India now. He can't... he'll have to wait a little bit to put more pressure on us. So yeah, looks like we got a... If he submerges the sub, we got a bottom 35%, unfortunately. Let's land these both here. Now the question is, what do I defend this with? He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll probably want to add a second destroyer there. And then this should be safe against 2 cruisers and a fighter bomber. That's 4 units he can attack here with. And I will have 4 units, but with better attack power and defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's covered. Kind of hate giving the free Quang Tung, but what can you do when they get a successful C-Zone 37 like that? That Pearl Harbor Light was not lucrative. 2 hitbacks for 2. If I got the fighter, it would have been nice, but sometimes the dice aren't always on your side. You really do have to adjust your play when you play against players like Jsabul who are just more prone to risk-taking. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 2. Welcome back, it's Germany 2. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought 2 aircraft carriers, a destroyer, and a sub. Looks like he's going full kill Japan first. Hit the Solomon Islands, and we skunked him. Little surprised he hit that, considering he's not going to get... I guess he probably hit it so we can't air raid this with our Air Force, which I'm probably going to do now that I look at it. So I guess that makes sense. Russia, he bought 8 land units, took Kwangtung for free, Ukraine for free, killed 1, lost 2 on Bello, and lost 2, killed none in Karelia. So pretty terrible dice turn for Jsabul. For this turn, I'm going to buy 8 infantry, 2 artillery, and a fighter. And what I'm going to do this turn is I want to eliminate his chance to drop a navy. I was thinking whether I should do that or just full focus on killing Russia, but at the end of the day, I think killing his fleet prevents him from having the opportunity to do some damage. And I think I will spare 1 fighter here, because if I put the bomber in northwestern Europe, there's no place for this transport to go that I can't kill. But I know exactly what he'd do. He'd just either he'd probably plop something in Norway to force me to bring units back and to just give him some value. So I think it's probably better to have slightly worse odds in C-Zone 7 to negate that chance. And we'll send 2 at Archangel just to see how things go. Maybe I'll send 3. I do want to trade him down if possible. Nice. This is the important one. If he gets more than 1 hit back, I will be greatly displeased. Well, that kind of negates all the good luck I had before. Oof. Wow. What an awful turn. What an absolutely awful turn. Ugh. Oof. I am going to keep putting more units in Africa to do my best to do want to do my best to try and where do I want this guy? Guess I can just leave the AA gun there. Where do I want the bomber? Guess I'll keep it in Italy for the most opportunities. Man, that was an awful turn. I'll keep this here to try to take some pressure off Japan, possibly even leaving this battleship room to take Madagascar. Taking Africa is going to gut the United Kingdom's income, hopefully. He shouldn't have odds to kill this turn. So that's something. I suppose if he wanted, he could send this fighter, these 4 fighters to hit this and drop an aircraft carrier. But I don't, well, let's see the bomber go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That's my defense profile. I'll swap it so AA dies first. I think this is probably the best situation. Let me put that in the calculator. What are the what's the return if he does something like that? Pretty terrible attack for him. Okay. That was such a bad turn. Truly awful. I was feeling really good about getting great dice. You know, I'm like, oh, I got 4 infantry more than I should have. Then I immediately lost, 2 extra infantry and 2 fighters right off the bat. Well, let's play on. That's the scoreboard looking like. Still have an attack power lead, which is good. And since we just gutted the remainder in Zone 7, although at a ridiculously high cost, it should mean I don't have to worry about UK drops for quite some time, at least 2 or 3 more turns, which means I can focus. Oh shit. Did I move that AA gun there unprotected? Oh, I totally did. That's a total freebie. Well, that AA gun's probably not going to matter in this game, but definitely a mistake. Oh well. Yeah, should have moved an infantry to protect it there, but anyway, it shouldn't matter too much there. All right, now with our full focus on Russia, let's see who folds first, Japan or Moscow. See you guys next time for Japan 2. Welcome back, it's Japan 2. Let's look at the scoreboard and what Jsabul decided to do. So he went for a full drop here in Zone 35. And it appears that he's just gonna go full on KJF. And there's really not a lot I can do considering he had such a strong Pearl Harbor and I had a reasonably weak Pearl Light. So I'm probably just gonna have to roll over here. But I'm gonna do my best to stall them as long as possible. So I'm just gonna buy an infantry, sub, fighter aircraft carrier to do my best to stall them as long as I can. I'm going to try to take out these US boats to hopefully delay their attack. I don't really have good odds on this fleet, so I'm going to skip that. He's gonna take Borneo and East Indies, and I can't really do anything to stop it, which is unfortunate. And the bad Germany turn I had where I lost a bunch really took a lot of pressure off of Russia, so this is gonna make things a lot less close than I would expect. All right. All right, I guess we'll go with this. I don't know where I'm gonna land these units, but it's definitely not going to be in 61. That's a little dead zoned right now. Probably in 62. Oh, did I not include a fighter to attack Burma? I guess I don't even have that option, huh? No fighters can reach. I mean, these ones can, but I need them to wipe out the battleship, destroyer, and transport. Alright, let's rock. Normally these sort of starts wouldn't bother me, but the fact that Germany's a little hamstrung is what's going to make this tough. Very nice, that's what we needed. Unfortunately, even though it's very nice, it's not terribly impactful on the game state. Well, first, let's offload these cuties. I actually probably should keep some here. Okay, and where do I want my fleet? Well, I know, let's see, I built aircraft carrier, so I know I want at least one of the fighters to be going here. You can, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. I just have to give him that fight, a bomber and 2 fighters against an aircraft carrier and 2 fighters. Where do I want these guys, though? I probably want to keep them here. To threaten Borneo. let's keep this bomber here to threaten these areas. Yeah, these kill Japan first. I wish I had like a clear-cut thing that you're supposed to do, but it's almost always really sloppy what you're supposed to do. It's highly contextual. There's no like formula. You kind of have to just go with your gut in some ways. I suppose he could even just take his transports over and take Yunnan, but I don't think that would be a winning move from him, because I should just sink his fleet. If I were him, I would probably take East Indies and Borneo, and he'll probably stack Borneo and maybe put a blocker in 48. At least that's what I would do in his situation. I'm going to keep one transport here to threaten Borneo, or at least force some blockers out of him. Threaten a recapture of Burma if I can. What are the odds? Yeah, if he sends the 2 fighters here after Season 61, that's not... His odds actually aren't as good as you might think. Yeah, it's only a 40% to clear. So I'm okay giving him those odds. Is this safe? Yeah, I have 4 units. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys can hit as well, but only with the fighters. Okay, I think this is about as good as it gets. Not super clean, but this is what you got in these sloppy sort of situations. See if we can make do. Yeah, Oh yeah, I bought a sub, that's not bad. Good job, me of the 5 minutes ago. Oh yeah, what's my defense profile? Default. Okay, he doesn't have a bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that can't reach. So I don't have to worry about him trying to just take out the aircraft carrier and then cleaning up the transports for free. Alright, we're... I mean, we still have an attack power lead, but these sort of games depend on how fast Germany can take out Russia and how quickly the Allies can take these money islands. It looks like I'm probably... Oh yeah, I forgot. Looks like he... Well, maybe he didn't miss the freebie Baltic state, but he should have taken it with the UK, not Russia. Though it does kind of look like it's in Germany there. Not that it's probably material to the game, but... Yeah, since I'm down 2 fighters clearing C-Zone 7, it's probably going to be another turn before I can bully him out of West Russia, unfortunately. And I lost 2 infantry here for nothing, which sucks. But we'll see how it goes. This is... I think this is anyone's game. Maybe I'm slightly behind since I'm not... I really should be pushing him out of West Russia turn 3. But we'll see. Alright, catch you guys next time for Germany 3. Welcome back. It's Germany 3. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. 5 destroyer buy. That's interesting. And he positioned his fleet down here. Japan's getting choked out pretty quick here. Russia bought 9 infantry. Wow, they're rich. hit Ukraine. So from here, I'm just going to buy a lot of infantry. I'm actually quite behind as Germany because I lost 2 planes in Sea Zone 7. I failed Archangel, losing 2 for nothing. So we're in a little bit of a pickle here. What I'm going to try to do here is put more pressure on Africa to hopefully maybe distract UK to come clear up Africa instead of going to take the islands. That's unlikely, but a girl can dream. And I'm just gonna try to trade with Russia as much as I can. It's gonna be really hard to break because of my tough start, so we're gonna have to see. It's probably gonna be 3 turns before I can break into West Russia. I wish I had the ability to stack Archangel or Ukraine, but I just don't have the manpower for that. And hey, look, the lucky Baltic States AA gun survived, so there's that. Alright, let's go with this. Rolls there. Alright. Oh, not this. Oh, thank goodness we got that. Thank goodness we got that. Alright, so let's move these guys up. Let's move these happy fellows up and out. Let's see how many units I need to defend West Russia here. So the idea is I want, not West Russia, Karelia. I want as few units as possible there. Let me check my defense profile. Default good. I want tanks to be in Baltic so I can also pressure Ukraine to discourage him from trying to do a Ukraine stack. So let me quickly crunch some numbers. Okay, how many planes do I have going in here? Three planes. Okay, I need 3 tanks there to make it a terrible battle for him to take. And then the rest of the tanks will put some pressure on Ukraine to discourage him from trying to stack that. And I think we're off to the races here. I'm going to do my best with Japan to whittle away at Russia. It's going to be difficult because they're getting suplexed by the Allies here, but we're just gonna throw units at Russia, and if he cleans them up, then so be it. At least it will hopefully buy some precious space for the Germans to beat down West Russia, take Caucasus. And once you take Caucasus and to kill Japan first, Russia's usually got 1 to 3 turns max before they just crumble. Alright, I like this. This kind of says, hey, trade with me, not Japan here, or I'm going to take all your income. We'll see if it works. Want the artillery here in Karelia to keep up maximum pressure on West Russia. Alright, that's it for now. Scoreboard is a little too close for my liking, but it doesn't really tell the tale because Japan's going to lose Borneo. We're going to lose East Indies because he had such a strong C-Zone 37. He had 3 units left over. And our Pearl Light was a little bit lacking. So we had a nice hit on the US. Here's Japan, but it's not super impactful in because I'm just going to lose these islands anyway. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Germany's got some good income, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. All right, see you guys next time for Japan 3. Okay, welcome back. It is Japan 3. I took a long break. Took a trip to China, and I have completely forgotten everything that's happening in this game. So let's take a refresher. He bought 3 infantry, 2 fighters. Looks like instead of taking these 2 islands, he decided to go after Africa to prevent Germany from taking this income and kind of crippling the UK a little bit. Not sure if that was what I would have done, because on one hand, you know, this does, you know, stop Germany, but on the other hand, this is 8 IPCs versus this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not sure if that was the best play, but I don't think it was bad for him to clear that out. But this gives Japan a lot of breathing room. USA doesn't have any transports here. UK pulled out here, so we might be able to split his fleet if we park our guys down in 36. So let's do a purchase of 4 infantry, a bomber, destroyer, and a sub. So first we'll just take the freebies. The tough choice I had on this turn was, do I want to stack Burma? Because that can be fantastic because my navy will be here, it will be reasonably strong. It's just a good position to be in. It splits his fleet, it makes him have to decide, do I have to move fighters here to try to defend India? But if he gets a hit back, my odds are much worse, you know, than if I don't. So I'm going to hit here. If he doesn't get a hit back, I'm probably going to stack Burma. If he does, we will reevaluate. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He has some movement options. I wish I could hit Novosibirsk, but I don't have enough planes in range. It's a little tempting to go after those destroyers, but I don't have enough planes to do it. Actually, do I? I do not. Okay. Let's just do this. Now, I've gotten questions before. People say, Blacktide, why do you keep buying infantry instead of just going full navy to defend as Japan? And the reason I do this is, in my opinion, it's more important for Japan to keep putting on pressure against Russia than it is to losing my train of thought here. That's more important, in my opinion, than it is to actually, like, you know, defend. Like, I want to kill Russia. I want to force him to trade against Japan. I don't want to allow UK to just spread out here and take this income. I want my income number to be growing, not shrinking. And there's... Whoops. And so that's why I consistently buy units every turn. I would like to evac my bros there. And hopefully we can split his navy up. Not allow them to sync up, because there's no chance of me being able to handle them alone. Where do I put these guys? He can go 1, 2, 3. Might be better to put these here. Yeah, I like the fighters here more because I can potentially trade against Russia. Not as much range if he decides to move, you know, get with the US fleet. Check my defense profile default, that's what I want. I'm a little disappointed with Germany's pressure against Russia. This is round 3 and I haven't even dislodged him from West Russia, so not particularly fantastic there, but the good news is Japan is starting to encroach upon him, and that will hopefully start forcing Russia to give up West Russia, and which means then we get Caucasus, and then we have more options. Yeah, and very, very close game here. I think this is the right choice. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10 units. I have 10 units, but my 10 units are better than his, and I have a battleship, so I should be good here. And hopefully we can force some hard choices from him in terms of what he wants to do with his Navy and India defense. I always like forcing my opponents to make hard choices. I'm like, I don't know. What does he do with his fleet? What does he decide to send to defend India? I'm not sure. But I'd like to make it as difficult as possible for him. And let him make the hard decision. See if make it his problem to come up with an answer. I don't know what the right answer is, but it's not easy. Maybe I want to put my guys here to have a little bit more range on his fleet. I have less units that can trade here, but maybe zoning his fleet more effectively is a better idea at this point. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe here to put more pressure on Russia. This doesn't give me too many extra options. Nothing in range of Japan. Alright, let's put the sub here for a bit more range. The destroyer in the back so he doesn't just try to snipe it with his fighters and position his navy, I don't know, here in 59. Let's not offer anything cheap or free. Alright, what's the warboard said? The warboard says we're looking good, but you usually want to kill Russia turn 6, ideally. 7 is late, 8 is very late, and 9 you've probably lost. So we'll see if I can keep up the pressure on Russia. Alright, well that's it for now. I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 4. Welcome back. It's Germany 4. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He's continuing to buy that fat-ass stack over in the Pacific. Took Iwo Jima, no losses. Hit Kazakh, also no losses. That's actually kind of annoying. Let's see how Russia went. Bought 7 units. Man, Russia's just too rich. Hit Ukraine, took it, and looks like, wow, he did took some hard hits in Archangel. He lost 2 fighters. I guess he didn't want to abandon West Russia, so he just threw everything he could to make sure he captured. So that's a big win for us. It's going to make a lot harder for him to trade effectively as Russia without those fighters. Alright, so I'm just going to buy a big fat stack of infantry here. I'd like to continue forcing him to trade if possible. In fact, I want to make him trade more, so I'm just going to throw more units than usual. Now, I have an interesting... Oh, what can you attack? Oh, I guess Caucasus. I could go for Caucasus here. And I thought about that with the transport, but I think there's so much more value to just keep unloading units in Africa because there's nothing, the US isn't landing here in Morocco. The United Kingdom is a little pressured here. They have to defend India. I have a real threat here, and he wants to kill this battleship. He wants to kill this infantry, because otherwise I'm just going to get a bunch of free income. So this is going to make things a lot more difficult for him by doing this. So I think I'm going to go into Africa. I don't like letting up the pressure on Russia, but I'm probably not going to break West Russia until this 13 stack moves up to Karelia. So what can you do? All right. Let's put the pedal to the metal. And he pretty much has to trade that Ukraine, or I'm probably going to get Caucasus, or he's going to have to at least put a lot of pressure there. And he has to trade Archangel, so my tanks can't just blitz into him. So doing our best to keep up some pressure. I will send the artillery down here. Just because it's going to take way too long to ever get anywhere useful. Gonna keep this bloke in Italy, keep these guys here. I think I'm going to add more units here into Karelia to really force him to trade Archangel. if possible. Maybe he's very likely to air raid these, so maybe I don't know, maybe I shouldn't put the artillery there. Maybe it's better to just do 2 infantry. Maybe I'll just keep an artillery down there. Just gonna... No, I really shouldn't. I can always place one there. Looks good. This forces him to take Archangel if he wants to keep stacking West Russia. Maybe I'll put 1 tank here in Poland to threaten a blitz into Caucasus. If he tries to do something sneaky like air raid this with the United Kingdom or US or something, I'm not sure. This is a tight game. I think I'll also move this AA gun up. He doesn't have a navy, so I don't need to worry about that yet. Alright. Yeah, the numbers say we're ahead, but when it's round 4 and you still haven't taken West Russia, it's just not a good thing. I'm just glad he went after Africa as UK, because if I lost these 2 islands as Japan and my navy's just pinned here, I think I would be in a much worse position. Whereas now, Japan is kind of zoning the UK out. I don't know if I can survive by moving my stack to 60, but maybe I can. But at the very least, I'm buying myself time and giving myself opportunities for the poor Germans to take out the Russians. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 4. Welcome back. It's Japan 4. Let's take a look what Jsabul did. 3 infantry and a carrier. Looks like he's planning to drop a fleet as the United Kingdom soon. And for combat, he just hit Seazone 36, and I didn't expect him to hit this because it was massively in my favor. But he killed all except for the battleship and 2 fighters. Little surprised he did that, but it does clear the way for the US, but it means I have a 99% chance to take India, which I will attempt. So I'm going to do a little funky buy here. I'm going to buy 6 infantry to make sure we don't lose our capital, because Tokyo is important. I'm going to buy a destroyer to block Seazone 60 and 51 to keep him off of the islands and Manchuria. And I'm buying a complex that I'm going to plop on Manchuria, because there's no way I can stop the US. I just simply don't have enough. There's no way I can do it. So instead of wasting money to defend something I can't, It's better to get a complex on Manchuria to try to defend the mainland, stall the U.S.'s advance as long as possible, rather than fighting a battle I know I can't win. So we're going to just stall, double block, and take India. Or attempt to take India, rather. And of course I'm going to try to chip away at whatever forces are, hanging around Russia, because I do still want to take him out. So I am purposely not targeting these transports because I want to fully maximize my odds of taking it. If I don't have that battleship, it goes from a 99% capture to a 98. Might seem like, well, Blacktide, that's just peanuts. But it can make a difference. It absolutely can make a difference. And I can kill both of these with Germany next turn, so that's something. Yeah, take the battleship here. Alright, let's go with this. Nice. Good rolls by us. Terrible rolls by him. Well, we got a terrible roll, but it doesn't matter at this point. Alright, so we will take that. That was a pretty nice... That was like a top 1% result for us. I expected to lose a lot more there. Great. Got it. Okay, that's good. Just gonna... Do I want to leave that infantry there? I can always send him over next turn. I'll take this bloke. Offload him there. I guess I'll just move this transport here with his friends. I'm not sure where I want these. Maybe I'll move them all. Over here. Can start attacking Africa next turn, which will be nice. This guy here can go to Eastern Australia if I want. We got this area blocked. The other destroyer is going to land here. Do I? Maybe I do want to move these guys up farther. Because if he goes for, say, here, my units couldn't reach. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that's a particularly good move by him, though. To hit here. Is it? No, I don't think that's a particularly strong move for him. But if he wants to do it, so be it. Kind of wiffle-waffling now. But I do want to be able to strike Bury. If he unloads there. In fact, so much so that I think I'm just going to keep those guys back. Because I didn't buy any extra planes. And since he can't attack anywhere, he might just decide to go after Bury and try to muscle his way into Manchuria next turn. We'll see. Yeah, if he wants to sacrifice, probably would kill 3 planes. 2 or 3 planes? It's tough. No, I could still reach Bury even if I have them all here, right? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will absolutely sacrifice my planes to get rid of those guys, because he has, you know, his reinforcements will take a long time and he'll miss out on the islands. I don't think he'd go for that. Alright, well, that was a good roll for us. No doubt about that. Ironically, it wasn't even super impactful because these units aren't going to do much, but yeah, I some of the choices Jsabul is making, like giving us a free, air quotes free, India here, just seems a little strange. I felt he could have made other moves, but we'll take it. Especially since what was his non-combat? Did he have guys in West Russia? Let's see. No, they're from United Kingdom. Okay. Alright, and this should put some heavy pressure on Russia. They're going to have difficulty trading everything and stacking West Russia, I hope. God, it feels wasteful to use 16 IPCs to delay him 1 turn from taking things, but I think it's the right move. I think it's the right move. And he only has a 16% chance to capture on Japan. Jsabul's pretty decisive player. When he thinks he's cooked, he'll take some YOLOs. I'm not sure if he's at that level yet. Russia's in a pretty good position relative to where they usually are in tank rushes, but I think I've done far better than I probably should have as Japan here, which I'm very thankful for. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 5. Welcome back. It's Germany 5. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought a transport and 3 fighters, and he killed the killed the destroyer here and took a 16% chance on Japan, and lo and behold, he took it. He got a really good result. He got a top 9% result, so that's probably game. I can't, I thought I defended it adequately, but I guess he thought he was behind enough that he went for it, and he got lucky. So I cannot win from here, even if I took Moscow this turn, which I cannot. This is a lost position unless I can take the United Kingdom. That's my only shot. So I'm going to buy 4 transports, a carrier, because I have to defend this, and I just have to hope he doesn't, like, buy a submarine and a destroyer in Zone 6. My odds of capture are infinitesimal, but this is my only chance of victory, so I'm going to go for it. Yeah. I have to kill this destroyer so it doesn't block me here. Not destroyer, this aircraft carrier. What a nightmare. I lost in ranked also to Stewart, who got like a 16% or so on Japan, but I mean, you can't beat the dice. I mean, I think giving him a 16% chance in a game where like this was more than secure, but what can you do? I guess we'll just go with this. Okay, well, yeah, he can block me here. I guess my only hope is that he doesn't notice. If I just play it cool. And hope he doesn't notice. I mean, that's not a great plan. I'll be the first to tell you that. It's certainly not a great plan. But it's the only one I got. Hope he fucks up. I just hate for games to end like that. It's just a real wretched feeling when you feel you played a pretty darn good game and crap like this happens. You just roll over and lose because they got a lucky dice result, but I mean, good on him. It worked, so. Alright, that's it for now. Depending on what he does, if he blocks with UK here, and then just buys like a destroyer and a couple subs, I'm probably just gonna concede because I can't, you know, I can't get past that, but we're gonna see. Alright, that's it for now. See you next time for Japan 5. Welcome back. It's Japan 5, and let's take a look at what Jsabul did. Bought 3 infantry, 2 destroyers, and a sub. And he blocked this off, so this is, even if I get really lucky, it's basically impossible to win. Because you have to take out the sub with the aircraft carrier. So it's the odds of me winning that fight are extremely low. I think it's I don't know. They're pretty poor. I need to full clear him, and Yeah, he even has a sub in there. Let me put that into the calculator real quick. Yeah, it's a 94.2% chance I don't full clear him. So, but he did make a mistake because I have this guy here and I have these transports here. Or, I mean, the transports aren't going to do anything, obviously, but I have an 18.2% chance to clear him over here. I just have to... Actually, it's higher than that because I have the battleship bombard. It's a 26% clear chance because these fighters can reach here, and yeah, we got a shot. He messed up. He could have given us pretty close to 0, but we got a shot now. So what am I going to do in the meantime? I'm actually kind of surprised he messed up. I'm going to try to slow the US from capturing anything for a turn. I'm going to still do my best to be annoying to Russia. I know I don't get the money and it kind of permanently locks Japan out, but I need to capture Persia to prevent Russia from blitzing down here and taking this territory. So this will hopefully delay him capturing territories. And that's about all I can do. I don't really want to hit these. It doesn't accomplish anything. I want to save my fighters for trading with Russia or preventing the US from capturing these territories. Alright. I guess it doesn't hurt to kill these transports. I don't mind if this transport takes Japanese territory, because that just means that's territory that the US doesn't get. If he wants these, he's welcome to them. I just have to be careful of a victory city win, because if he takes... Actually, he's nowhere close. He needs quite a few more places, but... Alright, we have a 26% chance, which is greater than he had on Japan. Still most likely not going to work, but we have a shot. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can take Eastern Australia, but I'm like, no, we really don't want to take territory when... I'm just going to assume I'm going to succeed on the 26th, because that's kind of how you have to play the game. If it doesn't work, you lose. Isn't that the theme of this game? Pain? Well, that doesn't give me a lot of hope. Well, that was a bottom 1% roll. What else is new? Okay, I'm going to take away these guys. Maybe I can be annoying to the US. Let's move these folks back. I'm going to move this guy here. I want to contest Manchuria to the best of my abilities. I don't want to give him a complex if I don't have to. Maybe I should put the Gamma here. Because even if he goes for Manchuria, I can just take it. I don't want to give him a bombard against my fighters. No, I think I rather do like my guys there. Let's move the sub away. guess I'll keep this transport just in the general area, just in case he can do something later. I want to keep it out of fighter range. But really glad he made that mess up. Son of a bitch. My dice. Oh, my dice. Alright, that's it for now, and we'll see you for the big finale on Germany 6. Welcome back, it's Germany 6. Jsabul bought some stuff. I'm not going to overly focus on what he did. Took Borneo. Bought a ton of fighters over there. Russia, 5 infantry. Failed West Russia. So we have a 26% chance. I'm just going to do my build as if it's going to succeed, because I'll concede if it doesn't. I realize I have an aircraft carrier, a bunch of transports there, but I just don't think it's worth trying to defend them, because if I take United Kingdom, I mean, I'm not going to try to play footsie with the US with a bunch of transports. I'm going to, in order to win, I also need to take Moscow. If I just take United Kingdom, I'll still lose without taking Moscow. So I'm going to buy more planes so I can trade, and some land units. It's a 26% chance, which in my opinion is purely a mistake on his part. He should not have given me odds this good. I mean, the odds aren't great, but I shouldn't have had this opportunity to begin with. So there's that. He has 6, 7, 8 units. I'm going to double check in my calculator just to make sure. Yep, 26%. 6 units in a bombard. I mean, I guess technically I could send the aircraft carrier in and maybe it can beat these 6 units, but I think I will make him work for it rather than just give it for free. Of course, I'm probably not going to succeed, but, you know, we have a chance. That's why I didn't concede last turn. I thought maybe he might mess up, and he did. He should have put a... unit, and he should move the aircraft carrier here, but he didn't. Moment of truth. Well, he took Japan with a 16%. We have a 26%. We're a lot more desperate. Nice. That was not nice. That's tolerable. Got it. Got lucky to boot. Yeah, he messed up. He messed up, and we were rewarded. Wow, did not think I would have the opportunity to continue this game. I want to send more units over here to trade with Russia because I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to. I mean, Japan's not going to be able to trade these territories for long. So. Yeah, let's make the most of it. I mean, why am I sending that guy here? He should be going straight to... is this a better spot? No, I don't want to allow UK to trade with my fighters. Alright, we got a shot. We have a shot. We have a game. Just want to make double. I'm just checking here to be extra super cautious. I don't want to lose the game because of a mistake. Like, see, there's some loaded transport and just watch him plop into Germany and make me lose all my money. I don't think I want to leave the aircrafts on this. This is just dead. Just gone. Put the artillery there. Alright, well, if we can take down Moscow before he gets this big heaping load of fighters over here, and he's going to have some trouble because we've taken most of the territory over here. Yeah, he's going to have some trouble. So, interesting position here. I think I'm actually favored. As long as I can take out Russia, it should be my game, I think. So, alright, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for Japan 6. Welcome back. It's Japan 6. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He wiped our fleet, as we knew he would. We got a hit back, which was nice with the aircraft carrier. But I think we made the right choice just to let that... I mean, it was a lot of value that we could have protected, but we have to remember our win condition is taking Russia, and spending a bunch of money to defend a navy that isn't going to have a purpose for a long time, I think was the right move. So now this turn, since we did such a terrible job of taking Borneo previously, I'm just going to... I don't think I really have any attacks. I mean, I guess I can sink this transport that's loaded with something, but it's probably not going to accomplish much. But, you know, hey, it's a sub with a job. So, let's do that. Okay, let's give Russia the opportunity to retake these territories, so you know, somebody other than Japan doesn't have to sit there twiddling their thumbs with income they can't really do much with. The thing is, I don't really want to leave anything in range of all of his fighters and transports. I want to defend this complex as long as I can. Both of these loaded? I guess I'll just send these guys away. want to allow him to trade my units. I want to stall him as long as I can. I don't even want to send that guy out. I don't want to let him trade. I'm not getting any more units, so I should do my best to just retain them. And hopefully get Russia to take these so I can reclaim them as Germany. I guess I couldn't. Yeah. We'll give, even if he takes Kazakh, I think it's okay. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave him here because that's extra income for him. That's a toughie. If we're thinking, like, are we thinking short term or long term here? I think it's okay in any case to let him retake them. These two, I should be able to possibly trade. I'm probably not going to have odds for a little bit. You know, I think I'll just leave them here. I don't really have planes, because I don't have planes, too many planes in range. And I want to discourage him from just taking these cheaply. I want to trade. Next turn, maybe, once I stack Caucasus, I think that can be a more viable option for us. Or maybe I won't stack Caucasus. Maybe I can just stack West Russia and try to go for a kill. But I don't think that's even on the table, honestly. Looking at how many units. He's got 43, 44, 45 units. And how many do I have here? I got 27, 35. Yeah, I have no chance of taking Russia, at least in the immediate. It's a couple turns. I think maybe 3 turns from now I have a chance to do it. 3 or 4 turns. But by then he'll probably start flying in US fighters. But let's do what we can. I don't want to give him India just yet. Alright, let's go with this. I have no idea who's ahead in this position, but it's going to be completely come down to who's able to... If I can capture Russia before, US starts being able to send a truck ton of fighters over here and forcing me to fight him with Germany. I think I might have the lead, but it's not entirely clear. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back. It's Germany 7. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. Bought a bunch of crap. That Japan 7. Took a ton of territories. Killed our sub. Killed the bomber and transport, but he lost a fighter, so that's something. And he's positioning to send a bunch of fighters towards Moscow, and that's really where the game starts getting rough for us, is when he keeps funneling those fighters, and it may be a perpetual kind of perpetual checkmate where we can't really do much to close the game out. So I'm not sure how to play this, honestly. I think I need to do a couple things. One, I need to get some subs to try to discourage him from landing, since he has no destroyer here. I need more air to zone this out. I can't really stop him from taking Africa, unfortunately, but I really need to focus on Moscow. And I think I need to take it within, by the time this stack gets here. is going to be my shot. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. And if I don't take it by then, I probably lose. So, yeah, I'll buy some extra tanks for... Goodness, I don't know what to buy. Just do bombers for now. So, here's my build. Is it the best build? I'm not sure. I've never played this position, ever. So, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Should I kill this UK fleet? I don't know. I should probably bomb Russia. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I should be doing here. I don't think I want to take this because that's just going to turn into US income, so might as well keep that away from him. Gee golly willikers, I'm confused. I don't know. This is what I got. It's pretty good. Good. All right, move these guys up. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move. Yeah, let's do it like this. I want him to trade. I'll move these guys down here. I'm gonna try to preempt. Guess he can't really hit. It's fine. UK 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't really hit that bomber from there. I'm just going to try to move units out here every turn. A little bit more than I'd like to. I don't want to put too many to where he can do an easy strafe, but I also want to put enough units out every turn that they're not just getting trapped in Karelia. Let's move this guy up to potentially trade out Egypt. Where are these fighters going? Can they go anywhere useful? I should probably block Egypt, right? Even if he takes a tank into it, I think it's worth discouraging that sort of behavior. He won't attack this because then my subs would probably kill his aircraft carriers. I don't really have any odds on Moscow next turn. He has too much. He can fly these fighters in, There's no chance of Moscow next turn, so I'm not going to position my planes to be able to attack it. Instead, I'm going to position them to, I don't know, get something done over here. Does putting my planes here even do anything? I don't know. Should probably add some infantry in the United Kingdom to discourage him from trying to take that, because if he has, see, 5 planes, 4 infantry, that's a pretty legitimate threat. So let's put these fighters instead in a place like here where I can fly to the United Kingdom if I need to. I don't know what I'm doing. This is such a weird position. At first I thought I was ahead, but now I think I'd be ahead if I could take Moscow within 1 to 2 turns, but I can't. So I think I'm actually in a bit of trouble here. You can see USA is really beefy. They're already almost at matched my income, and they're only gonna get more income And he's going to start feeding Russia some money again. So I think I'm actually in a pretty tough spot. Does that make sense to put these here? Probably won't attack that with 3 fighters, right? One. I don't think that makes too much sense for him to do that. I don't know. This game's weird. Attack power-wise, I think we're a little ahead, but that's going to change soon with the income. He's going to get all of this income. Yeesh. Carrier protection. I don't have any carriers as Japan will go to default. I'd like to deny him this IC as long as I can, but that's probably not going to be much longer. Even if I recapture these, it doesn't really help me that much because I don't get the income from it. Ah, man, failing to kill that tank with the 2 bombers and losing them is just having such a cascadingly terrible effect on us. No. That was my big splurge for capturing UK. Now it's back to normal income. Huh. I wonder if I should just attack that aircraft carrier with that battleship or not. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 7. Welcome back. It's Japan 7. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He moved his stuff to Russia and did the little Eastern Canada shimmy. So don't have a lot to do this turn. I'm just going to try my best to trade with him as much as I can. This this battleship's pretty much a goner, so I might as well try to trade it for an aircraft carrier before, you know, he does a more efficient trade on us. If we get a hit and he only gets 1 hit, maybe we can pull back and survive, maybe not, but let's try to get some value out of this unit while we can. Yeah, we don't really have much chance to hold anything, so I'm just not going to bother. Luckily, he doesn't have a lot of air over here, but that's about all we got going for us. Alright, let's try this. Wow. I think I still go. Not great dice. But that seems to be the Japanese's motto. Okay, nice. So with that, we'll just retreat. Hopefully strand the fighters there. Okay, let's try to park all of our units here. I don't think he's likely to go for this. And let's pull back all of my units. Now that the German units are here and able to trade, hopefully we can get him to take this with Russia so we can transform that into German income. God, these transports just don't have a lot to do. I guess I can move one here, keep one here for posterity. I guess I just keep moving it out of the way. I don't really know what I can do with these. I think I'll keep these guys on India because I don't want the US to get that industrial complex, or I'd like to at least delay it or make it as difficult as possible. I mean, I guess technically he could bring these guys, 2 fighters, and make his odds very compelling, or somewhat compelling at least, but no, that's all I can do. I think we're actually in quite a bit of trouble in this game. Well, it says we're ahead in attack power, but once USA gets all of this income and these complexes and can just start pushing into us, we absolutely need to take Moscow 1-2. We need to go 3 turns from now at the latest, before these guys get in here, or we're cooked. So we'll keep chipping away at that. I'm not gonna... These guys don't need to submerge. 2 aircraft carriers versus 2 subs isn't a smart fight for him. Maybe I can put 1 guy here. Actually, can anything... I guess technically these guys can go here. I'll keep 1 transport here, so maybe I can pick this up and drop it here or here if I need to. Not likely to happen, but a possibility. Yep, just not a lot to do with Japan. Alright, that's it for now. See you next time for Germany 8. Welcome back. It's Germany 8. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. Bought a destroyer, 10 land units, transport, and a fighter. Killed this, killed that. Captured Manchuria, took French Indo, took Philippines. No losses, Bury, and he lost 1 fighter, killing our battleship. What did he hit the battleship with? 4 fighters. Okay. So things to watch out for this turn. He landed in Africa, but he absolutely can reach United Kingdom. So I'm buying a lot of redundant infantry in order to discourage that. So, and I think he made, I don't know if I would call it a mistake, but he didn't put these US fighters. He has no US fighters in range of Russia. So I actually have respectable odds to potentially capture Russia next turn. So we're going to try to capitalize on that. Okay, for combat, I don't really have anything in mind in particular. I could bomb him again. That might be the play. Might as well. The thing is, I'll just have to repair it when I capture it, so maybe that's not a good move. But it will reduce his... will reduce the number of units. So, how much is he? He's -5. He has 12 IPCs, which means he can only spend... Yeah, you know, I think I'll just keep bombing him. I think 3 bombings is enough. Don't want to lose too many bombers. Alright, let's go with this. Very nice. Alright, 9 damage. Okay, so he's -14. If he has 12 IPCs, if he uses all 12, he should be able to buy 1 unit? I don't know. Alright, let's move these guys in. Question is, should I leave a bomber here since it can still hit Berlin? Maybe I should keep a bomber there. Because it reduces his odds of capture from 8.7 to 5.8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I'll keep 1 bomber there. Why not? As for the subs, maybe I can slip a sub over here to discourage him. I can't really do anything to him though, can I? I'll move a sub anyway. Discourage him from going around. Let's pull this guy back. I'll leave this guy here in case he wants to move his transport down to capture Africa. The odds are decent he'll do that. So let's just try to keep our units here. Probably avoid trading with him if possible until we're able to get some planes and units down there. Oh yeah. With those fighters in the main stack. I'll keep 3 units here just to discourage him from trying to capture these 2 territories to prevent the tanks from blitzing instead of having 3 units in Vologda. Probably doesn't make a difference, but sometimes tiny little things can help. These planes go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they can't hit anything. That's good. Keeping a look at the victory city count too, because if I lose France, Italy, and Karelia, well, I guess we do have United Kingdom, so that makes losing the victory cities less likely. All right. That looks good. We'll keep some guys in Germany just in case we need to trade back France. Yeah, and you can tell it's getting scary. The US is already surpassing Germany in income. We're at 65, they're at 67, and they're only poised to grow. The good news is he captured this territory for Russia, which, you know, it's probably locked income for him for a while. Whereas if he waits until Russia falls, these territories could potentially be US income. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 8, as thrilling as that's set up to be. Welcome back. It's Japan 8. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. Looks like he pulled his fighters out. Looks like he's planning to abandon Moscow next turn. He sees the odds are pretty dark, so that makes sense. This turn, I'm just gonna try to kill this guy here because this unit's probably gonna move down to Malaysia. This guy's gonna go to Burma, and I want to position my planes more towards India to where I can maybe trade with Africa better, or at least stall him out until I can get Germany down there. There's not much to do with Japan. I just know I want to let him recapture these territories with the US. You know, so he doesn't get the income if he's foolish enough to do that or whatnot. And these guys are just going to burn their lives away. Hopefully keep him from capturing India until I'm able to move my troops down. Maybe I should even let him capture India. I'm not sure. But Japan's just going to not play a very pivotal role in the game, so I'm not going to overthink it too much. Just took this territory because I figured, you know, if I can deny him taking Burma for one extra turn, every little IPC denied matters. Let's take this guy down here. Do I really want to send them to Africa? I don't know. If I go here, I can go 1, 2, 3. I can't trade that territory, though. Well, he's going to move 6 units. Maybe I won't worry about Africa. Maybe I should just position these units here. Well, no, I don't want to give him a super efficient trade. I'm not sure. I think I want, now that I think about it more deeply, I want to trade here if possible, get rid of these units, spend them, buy Germany some time if possible. I guess I'll put the units here. Not entirely sure. What's my defense profile? I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'll just keep them there. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. If I can't come up with what's a best move, they're, you know, all the options are probably similar. So that's it for now. See you next time for Germany 9. Welcome back. It's Germany 9. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. Bought more transports, 14 infantry, and a complex. Where did he build a complex on? Did he do it here at the East Indies? I'll bet you. Yep, he did. For combat. Took some freebies. And for Russia, looks like he moved out. Looks like he made a mistake and left an AA gun there. You can't blitz through a complex, so I'm not sure why he did that. But whatever. I'm just going to start the usual Germany plan of subs, infantry, and bombers. So of course I'm going to move in here to capture. Guess I can put my toe in there. It's not really a stellar attack. What I want him to do is to move towards Evenki, which I think he'll do. What I want to be cautious of is that he doesn't VC snipe me by taking Karelia, France, and India. He only has one transport here in range, so he can't take all of them, but it's still something to be mindful of. Yeah, we're already behind in income. Not great. I think this is all I can do. This is empty, right? Okay. Let's move those guys there. I want to... Yeah, I need to have enough units here. I'm going to vacate. I want the tanks here so I can have an opportunity to just smash anything the US sends forward. How many units do I need here to be safe? Let's do the other moves first. Move the sub back. I guess I'll just move these guys forward. Do I want to move them here or towards Caucasus? I'm not really afraid if he wants to go up here. If he goes to Karelia, I can trap him and finish him off. So that's okay. This is safe, right? That's 19 infantry, 12 artillery, 3 tanks. Yeah, that's pretty safe. I'll add 1 more infantry just to seal the deal. Oh, 10 tanks. Okay. Move some units towards Karelia. If he splits, where do I want these bombers? It's a little difficult to choose because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Caucasus is kind of... It's tough. Caucasus is kind of like the best place to have these sort of units. But I do want to keep them here to zone them out of French Equatorial. I'm just not completely certain where I want my units. I do know I need to send more units down into Africa. That's going to be an important place for us. He just has more income than us. That's the problem. And all this dead Japanese income is also a problem. So Africa is probably going to be the place I want to contest. I want to do my best to just zone his navy out. So am I better off in Caucasus, or am I better off in someplace a little bit more flexible, like, say, United Kingdom? Let me just make sure he can't, like, do it. He can't take United Kingdom by sacrificing 2 fighters. Yeah, it's like a 3% chance. Should be safe. Where do I place these fighters? I feel like I want to move them over here in this direction. You know, maybe I'll even move them into France. That might be even better. Am I safe here against an attack if he does? Yeah, that should be a bad attack for him if he hits this. And I guess I can move this sub down here to try and zone away his interference. Do I keep them here or move down into Rhodesia? Because if I don't guard these territories, he can just blast through. Maybe it's more important to just hold what I have than to take what I don't have while I'm still in such a vulnerable position. Alright, let's go with this. Get some units, try to zone him out here. The bombers. I guess just keep the bombers here. There's nothing in range of them right now. Yeah, this is a odd game. No, I should place the infantry there. The remaining can go here. And where do I want these guys? I guess I can just keep them. See if it's in Berlin. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I guess Berlin makes more sense. So I can hit the US with a little bit more finesse. Yeah, would he take a 3% here? 6. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for him to do that attack. I'll stick with the default profile. I like having the subs. The subs are just to help zone his navy out and to serve as casualties when I do a navy fight. I think it's good to mix in a handful of them. They're not too expensive, and in these big navy decider battles, they're very important. Alright, well, we still have an attack power lead, but as you can see, US is still, you know, they're ahead in attack power. Their attack power, I mean, their income's gonna grow. They're gonna get this. They're gonna take these territories here, so it's gonna get harder, but we'll have to see if our position of being a naval, of, you know, being on land will be more advantageous than his navy, because you have to remember a lot of his attack power is in navy, and I don't have any navy, which hopefully we can leverage to an advantage at some point. Yeah. Alright, well, that's it for now. See you next time for Japan 9. Welcome back. It's Japan 9. Of course, the UK didn't do anything. So for this turn, I'm just gonna try to speed run through these. I'm going to try to offer him the opportunity to take India. I'm gonna pull these guys back. I'm gonna put these guys here to position them to maybe trade something else. I'm not sure. I just keep these units here to potentially trade in the future, and I guess I'll put one guy here to stop him from taking it for free. If he wants to go for it, he's gonna have to risk his fleet or spread it out. I mean, I have to find some use for these Japanese units, and I'll just try to burn them off as slowly as I can and see if we can preserve some German income with their lives. So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you next time for Germany 10. Welcome back, it's Germany 10. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought aircraft carrier, transport, 12 landing units, destroyer, 2 artilleries. So no losses. French Equatorial, lost 1 New Guinea, not really much of a turn, and he aced us in Karelia. So there's good and bad news. The good news is he's trapped. I can wipe these guys out. The bad news is now I have to send my units after this instead of trying to take territory back from the US. And his income lead over me is pretty substantial right now. So I'm just going to keep with the tried and true method of buying planes. And I don't really have many attacks this turn, other than maybe trying to take out this transport and destroyer. I don't want to send 2. This goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I land safely? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this safe? No, it's not. This. Well, I guess that transport can reach it, but it's not super deadly. I guess I could land here. Yeah, they have 2 moves. I could land here, and that should be safe. I don't want to send more units here, and the reason for that is they have to land here, and this is pretty much a death spot, you know, with his transport being in range here. So I would rather... I'd rather not lose more than 1 bomber. There's a chance that he hits back and I don't kill anything, but I'm willing to risk 1 bomber, but not more than that. Guess we'll also take this. I guess there's no real reason to... yeah, I'll just move a guy there. I think that's about all I got up my sleeves here. Isn't that the way of the world? Don't get 2 hits here. Well, losing that bomber for nothing was not what I was shooting for. Not what I was shooting for, but that's what happens sometimes. So let's move these guys up here. I'm going to move the artillery here. These guys here. Let me see what I purchased. A lot of stuff. Okay. I'm going to keep shifting units towards India or Africa. I do need some more units to keep away these stacks. I don't know how well that's going to work, but maybe I can do something. But I feel Africa's the more important front for me right now. I really want... My goal is to get all of my planes and bombers set up here to just zone out his navy. And once his navy's zoned out, I can naturally suck up Africa for free. But since I don't own India, I can't really do much here. I don't feel like defending it either. I think I'm just going to send... I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll just move Japan up here to try to trade the US. I'm not sure. I want them to have some value. I'm just glad he doesn't have too many bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess this is a pretty great spot. Caucasus is kind of the ideal bomber spot because it just zones. It just reaches everywhere. It reaches the Pacific, it reaches the Atlantic, and that's what we're shooting for here. And once I eliminate this threat and can turn my big stack over towards Asia, that will help. In some ways, I think he's actually doing me a favor. I don't know if he's trying to just run in here and think he can capture Berlin through my negligence or something. I don't know, but I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to move 10 tanks here. I'm going to move 5 infantry here. 2 turns of 10 infantry a turn. The tanks, the fighters. There should be no issue at all with us maintaining Berlin. And I checked for victory city threats. It's not really a threat. He needs to take 3 more cities, which would be India, Italy, and France, or something here. But he doesn't have the opportunity to take both of them because you can only hit this with 5 land units, 4 planes. And if he hits this territory, let me double check. I think I plugged that into the calculator. Yeah, 6, 10, 10 versus 9. It's a 47% capture, but it also means he can't take France and Italy at the same time. It's not possible. Well, I guess unless he got really, really lucky for a victory. City threats. It'd be an 11% capture on France, which is pretty low. Maybe I'll place these bombers here just to further discourage improper thoughts from him. And I kind of like this sub here. It zones things somewhat well. I don't want to get too many subs until I'm sure I can keep them alive, but they do say, hey, if you want to move into these territories, I have a little bit more firepower, and I can sacrifice this not so valuable sub instead of my planes. So right now, we do have superior attack power because he has a lot of navy, but he has stronger income power. So what we need to do is we need to smash this stack here. We need to kill all of these units. Let me just double check that he doesn't have good odds against whatever the heck I'm putting here. I'll just say that's 39 infantry. He shouldn't because he has very little attack power. Actually, I'll just say it's 40 infantry, right? It's actually a 45% clear. What if I add 3 more infantry? Yeah, then it's a 20% clear. But that also changes the Berlin odds, right? Then, yeah. Should be okay. So 23% for him to capture then. But I guess if I include the bombers, then it's... I'm also assuming he wipes here. Yeah, I think I just have to allow him some bad odds. I'm not in a super stable position here. I mean, I haven't lost this game yet, but if you ask me which side I would rather be playing, I'd rather be playing the Allies right now. Than the Axis. Maybe I'll move a few more units here. Yeah, sorry about all these little minor tweaks. I just want to make sure I don't throw the game due to negligence. Okay, I think this is fine. Put the fighter here just to further solidify our odds. No planes can reach here, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's safe to put them there. Actually, I want the artillery here. Do I put 2 units here? Just to reduce his odds of doing that silly VC snipe I was thinking about. That makes his VC snipe even uglier. Let's do this. Yeah, 10 income a turn behind, and he can easily gobble up some more income here, but I just don't have a lot of mobility right now until I eliminate the Russians. Hopefully I can do it cleanly with overwhelming odds. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 10. Welcome back. It's Japan's turn. UK just shifted the fleet around. I don't really have big plans here. I'm just going to shift my units a bit. I'm just going to move them up here. I'm going to, I don't know, maybe try to move some additional Japanese units back up here to where the fighters can reach. I want to keep the fighters here where I can potentially hit French Equatorial Africa, or I can reinforce Berlin. That's the goal, at least. Yeah, not a lot of thinking here, just I don't know. Japan's not terribly impactful right now, so that's all we got. Alright, see ya for Germany 11. Welcome back. It's Germany 11. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought 20 infantry, a transport, and a fighter. Took Norway, Libya, Formosa. I guess maybe he saw I could hit this with my bombers, so that was smart. And traded French Equatorial. So, this is a very important turn. I'm just going to buy all the land units I can for Germany and 2 bombers. So I'm going to march on down here to try and take that back. I have, of course, I'm going to take this. We're going to do our best to trap this transport here. Really wish I could hit that, but I can't. What are my odds here? 5 bombers versus this. I'm gonna punch that into the calculator just for the lulz. What would that look like? It doesn't look good. Okay, I do have like 1 round strafe odds here. I'm just glad he doesn't have more planes. Okay, I think that's it for combat. Definitely don't want to hit this yet. All right. I believe that's profitable, right? I thought I put that into the calculator. Yeah, I have 14 attack power, he has 12, so it should be profitable as long as I retreat in time. I should lose 3, he should lose 4, okay. Really not a lot else to do. Crushing, once we crush this, then we're going to have a chance to play the game. Nice. I think I'll continue with rules like that. Well, that was a nice trade. You know, those little things add up. You know, killed 6, lost 3. Well, not bad. Where do I put this guy? Archangel? Okay, so now's the important part. I have to make sure that he doesn't just take my capital. That's important. I'm going to move this sub into a more aggressive position. Same with this one. What do I want to do with these bombers? Like, the ideal position is usually Caucasus. Okay, let's move these guys this way. I'm a little worried about him stacking India, because once he stacks it, it's going to be hard to take it back. Where do I want to put these bombers? So, I think for this turn, I'm going to put them here. That's 42 units. I want to make sure whichever way he decides, he's going to choose to sacrifice himself onto one of my armies, either Berlin or here, because if he waits, I'm just going to get absolutely ridiculous crushing odds on him when I decide to hit hit him with my combined stack. And ideally, yeah, so let's punch it into the calculator. 43. Let's see, if I don't add these 3 infantry there, I'm going to have, how many units? Well, I'll have 17 infantry plus, I guess I'd put the artillery there. No, I wouldn't put the artillery there. I won't need it. 17, I'll make that 27 infantry, 10 tanks, 4 fighters, 4 bombers. Actually, I really don't like the bombers there. I'll just remove the bombers. Okay, and his odds against me, 1.2% capture minus 80 IPCs. Sorry to make you guys sit here and watch me play calculator, but it's super important. And other places, 2913. Okay, so I should put the infantry here to make maximum. This right here is a minus 63 IPC attack. This is a minus 80 IPC attack. Obviously, I want to protect my capital a little bit closer. The next question is, where do I want to place my bombers? Because ideally, I want to obviously zone out his navy here if possible, which is looking to be difficult, or zone out his navy in Africa. I think I'm going to prioritize zoning out in Africa because, well, let's see, can the bombers reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I guess I can't really reach these spots. I can't really defend these spots no matter what I do. So I think I'm not going to try. I'm just going to let him move forward, get rid of some Japanese income. I also think I'm not going to even try to hold India because if I keep my bombers away, it's just not going to be of much use. Can I even threaten his navy? That's another question. I'm going to pause the video here a second and do some calculations so you guys don't see me whiffle-waffling too much here. Okay, I'm back. I ran the numbers. I have, no matter what I do, there's no threat on this navy, whether I have 8 bombers or 10. He's just got too much stuff with the US and UK navies merged. So it's not worth trying to shut anything down there. So instead, I think it's more worthwhile to have the bombers in like a more central area, like here. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I can zone him out from hitting South Africa, which is a plus. Or if he does send something there, it dies. I mean, I don't got a lot. It should be safe. And by keeping the bombers over here, I'm able to prevent him from taking India, which is a little bit of a concern right now. All right. What did I even purchase? I think this makes sense. And this also makes it so if he doesn't move into Szechuan next turn, my bombers can hit this territory too, which is a little bonus. So this is the best I could come up with. We are very much behind in the income category. I'm not going to put the artillery there in Germany because it shouldn't make a difference. He either hits this or he hits this, and if he doesn't choose either of those options, I'll just smash him. So extra artillery isn't going to be helpful here. But, yeah. 1.2% capture on Berlin. Minus 80.1 IPCs. I think we can live with that. This bomber can't be hit by anything, right? Planes go 1, 2, 3, 4. So weird to see a green Gibraltar. Completely irrelevant as to its color, but it's something. Yeah. I'm just going to keep trying to take over Africa, keep him out of India as long as possible. Or maybe I should just let him in and see if I can take it back later. But I don't want to do that, because even though I have this huge attack power lead, not that big, but I have a big attack power lead in terms of army, it's going to take them so long to get it anywhere useful that his big income advantage, I mean, right now he's 81 to 66. You know, maybe him suiciding the Russians over here wasn't a bad move. We'll see. All right. We'll lock her in. I do have a decent attack power lead. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 11. Welcome back. It's Japan 11. I'm not going to bother what he did. He just moved his fleet. He only has these 4 units and the lonely guy in New Zealand. So I'm just going to blast that unit, try to get some value to these Japanese fighters, and I'm going to send the rest of them. I'm going to split them between Berlin and Belarusia to just make the counterattack by the Russians that much less efficient. Alright, took it. Interesting to see if he captures that back or if he just plans to. I don't think he's planning to abandon Africa. So, alright, let's split these two. Split the two up. And yeah, that should make each fight a little bit more gross for him. Starting to wonder if I should move these fighters up here to counter him in Evenki, but I can always do that next turn. I guess it doesn't hurt to do it now. At least move a few units so I can try to reinforce and maybe dead zone that. I'm not sure. No, I'll keep them here. No. I'm wiffle waffling hard. I can't really stop his march either way. Okay, and looks like that's that. That's all I got. See you next time for Germany 12. Welcome back. It's Germany 12. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought a ton more units. 18 infantry. Oh, he's rich. Took out South Africa. Took out Yakut, no losses. Russia, he took Karelia, no losses, and it should be like a 65 IPC positive battle here, so of course we're going to take it. Going to repair Moscow to be able to pump out some more units, and I'm going to build another sub, and, you know, our 2 destroyers a day keeps the doctor away strategy. Sorry, 2 bombers a day keeps the doctor away. Let's hit that. Don't really have great odds there. This guy's kind of trapped, isn't he? But if I move him here, at least I can get him to exchange a destroyer if he wants to kill it. How does that look? Do I want to defend France? I don't know how much value there is to defending France. I guess I can just keep some units back, though, just in case. All right. So this fight is supposed to be in Karelia a 65 IPC profit for us. How many hits was I supposed to get on the first round? Let's see, I got... supposed to get 24 hits. I got 22, so that's not great. Well... Alright, let's see what the final tally is. I was supposed to lose 29 infantry, which is minus 87. I got 75, so I did better than average. Nice, so that's a 77 IPC profit, which is better than expected. I'm going to send 2 tanks there in order to potentially blitz Finland if he decides not to block it. I'm going to try to be as annoying as possible with a sub here. I want to move an infantry here, either to force him to trade, or alternatively, I want to force him to defend these territories. All right, let's move these guys down. Let's move this. Move this here. I'm more interested in zoning him out of Africa than I am in zoning him out here. I'll keep a trickle of units there. Can I keep him out of India? Is that even possible? Well, first let's... I think I'm going to start sending these guys away. No, I should keep like a handful of them in Berlin, just to possibly trade those areas back if I need to. Okay, where to place my guys? He's going to be sending most of his units back, so they're, yeah, to collect more infantry. So there isn't a huge value in me. This is actually really hard. Really hard to figure out. I am going to move these fighters this way, because they're probably not going to be able to participate in a naval battle here. The question is, how threatening... What's the one with the least movement? 3? How threatening do I want to be? Do I... Okay. I'm going to pause the video here and think about this, because it's important where I put these bombers, and I don't want to rush it. So, be back in a minute. Okay, I thought about it, and I think Italy's the best place for them. I can still trade most of the areas here. I can still pressure this fleet as long as I control one of those territories. So I think Italy is my safest bet here for the meantime. I was thinking about whether I should continue to try to defend India, and I think it's best that I just give it up and focus fully on Africa, just fully focus on one spot rather than dithering around in a couple places. Even if I dead zone it, it's not, doesn't get me much. I mean, you can see he's at 81 income a turn. I'm at 65. He's 15 IPCs ahead. Even though I got that super profitable battle on Russia, my attack power lead hasn't grown. It's actually kind of stagnant here. So yeah, not sure what to do with that. I will also kind of wishing I didn't send so many guys to Baltic. I kind of wish I sent them down this way, but I've already sent, it's already been done. Yeah, let's go with this. This is safe, right? He can't hit me. Can't hit me anywhere, can he? Yeah, he's been very hesitant to take this territory, that because he's afraid I can take it back, and I think he's been too hesitant. You know, I don't think I even want to encourage him to try to trade that. I'll just move more. I'll just move these units up here to potentially trade Evenki. Because once we can lock down Africa, we have a shot at this game, you know, and move this big stack into the field. But we're really fighting against time. We have to make something happen before his income advantage just washes us away. All right, let's go with this. Oh, I wasn't holding down shift. Okay, he has like a 5% on United Kingdom, but I'd kind of welcome that attack by him if he wants to go for that with hitting with the UK. Actually less than 5% because the Japanese planes can come in, but yeah, we'll see. All right. I'm just glad he doesn't have a lot of planes and he's just massing infantry. That's kind of the only edge I got. God, well, maybe he does have a lot of fighters and aircraft carriers. It's kind of gross. All right. Go with this, 65. I mean, we still have a healthy attack power lead, but it's not as healthy as it used to be. And him, the 15 IPC a turn edge, and it's probably going to grow. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, maybe 8. So it's we definitely have to go on the offense here. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12. I'm just going to speed run through this turn. I'm going to hit here so he can't take these territories easily. I'd like to force him to force Navy out of position if he wants to take here and be out of the bomber's range. And I'm also going to take a 63% here, because what I'd like is for my tank to just blitz to Norway, which will be 2 less income for the US next turn, 2 extra for Germany, and I can send more of these guys down. So I think it's worth the cost. And I need to get some value out of Japan. Oh, this is just what I needed. Oof. 2 fighters for 1 infantry. That was expensive. Well, Not a fantastic turn, but what can you do? I don't really want to send any infantry here. I don't know. Maybe I should just use them. I'm running low on planes. Maybe I should just send it. You can just use fighters. There's no point. I can probably milk some value out of these guys if I bring them up here, maybe to stack India or something at some point. I'm just not really sure. You know what? Why don't I just bite the bullet? Say, you know what, US, have fun here, and use the Japanese to stack Africa, you know, to make recapturing harder. Maybe that's how I should use them. I don't know. I don't have a completely firm idea of what I want to do here. But I'm not going to sweat it. Japan's not super impactful in the game. Probably doesn't matter too much what I do. So, not a great turn, but at least we get Norway. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 13. Welcome back. It's Germany 13. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He bought a ton of land units. He bought another aircraft carrier and destroyer here. So it's nice we're getting him to buy Navy. He took India, he took Sichuan, Libya, no losses. Unfortunately, that's about all that's nice going on in this game. We are down a lot of income, and he's only going to gain more. So I'm going to repair, and I'm going to buy more bombers. Okay, so first things first, we're going to blitz. I'm going to try to take this location. I don't want to add too many units here, and the reason for that is this bomber has to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to land here 6, which technically is in range of these bad boys. So I guess I could maybe add 2 bombers. I don't know. So if this fight goes rotten, I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to only lose 1 bomber instead of a lot of bombers. I do have a lot of bombers. Well, that's the goal. Could even hit here, but that's not what we're shooting for. At least we're kind of zoning out C-Zone 13, though. I'll bet you that's where he's going to drop next turn. Got it. That's something. Let's see if we can one round this. Okay. Average results. Killed 3 units, lost 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I was thinking about it, and, well, I technically can stack Persia this turn, but I basically have like, no odds. If I want to go for this spot, I have like a 20% capture if he throws everything here. And that's assuming he doesn't throw in these units here from the East Indies. So, and the thing is, if I try to go for a big YOLO move on India, I kind of give up. Yeah, I'm just not a little sure. Let's do all the moves we know we're gonna do first. Then we can decide what we're going to do after that. So I can either try to take back India here. Oh, this tank is not going there. It wants to go to Caucasus. Or and it's like a 50-50. All right, it's a 20% capture. Or I can send all of these guys into Egypt. Maybe I'll just send one there. And I haven't quite figured out what I want to do. Thing is, I'm just not seeing a lot of hope for Egypt until I can zone out this navy. So maybe this is the right choice. I'm not sure. At least it will maybe force a response. It might get him to sacrifice 2 transports, moving these into India. Because in the short term, I can't really contest this stack, can I? But that just scares me, because if I go after India and he just blocks it, which I'm sure he's smart enough to do, he moves here. I can't. Then he starts taking all of Africa. Maybe that's not the right choice. Maybe I should contest it and wait, be patient, wait for my big stacks to come down. These big stacks. Maybe patience is the right answer. I don't know. Because he can block this pretty easily. And if I lose control of Africa, I mean, I've gained a little bit here IPC-wise. I'm still going to be down, but I think I have a big enough attack power advantage, and I have these 2 big stacks that once these swing down here, I should be able to sledgehammer my way either to Manchuria or to India. Ideally, I'd take India, but the problem is it's so hard to calculate numbers for something that happens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms in advance. It's just beyond my I guess it's not beyond my capability, but it's beyond my desire to do so. I am like, I want to win this game, but I'm not going to be sitting here playing, grandmaster chess calculating that many moves in the future. So let's just go with this. This should be enough to get something done in Africa and maybe clear this area out, gain some IPC equality, and maybe we can leverage our attack power edge. And another advantage is, as we build up bombers, he can't defend both fleets cost effectively. So that's that idea. All right, I think this is reasonable. Should I put these guys? Is this a better place? Does it matter if it's here or here? It doesn't really change that much, does it? I guess I can keep these guys here to maybe zone out Evenki, or maybe I want him to take Evenki. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I just don't play these. I've never played a position like this, double capital swap, and so I'm not sure what the best way to go about this is. I feel like I don't want to invest a lot of units up here because he has the Japan complex and Manchuria complex, so he can shore this up pretty easily. I should probably just try to zone him out of Evenki or something, or maybe I should just let him take it and then I can chase him out with this stack next turn. Not sure. Okay, and I have to keep an eye on his potential attacks here. He has 2 British units he can suicide on, and then 5 planes where it's like 9 units. So I have to be a little cautious of that. Because he currently, if I add 1 infantry there, he has like a 20% chance to capture. Alright. Let's do it this way. I can always send this stack back and tune here. Let's not try to assume, you know, sacrifice Africa, assuming Jsabul misses an obvious India attack that he can defend against. Should I add more than 1 unit here? Maybe I'll add a second. Jsabul like went for a 16% on Japan when I think he was ahead in the game, so he's a bit of a wild card. It's best not to assume someone else is going to play the same way you do. I'm a bit more of a conservative, calculative player, and Jsabul's definitely more of a dice roller. And I'm keeping these guys in Berlin to potentially retake France and northwestern Europe. We don't want him to just suicide a transport here and say, hey, got your 8 IPCs for 2 turns. Suck it, nerd. Is that good? Probably. Yeah, once all of these juicy artillery get in range, we should be able to get some more stuff done. Yeah, still have a really nice attack power lead. We just have to take territory back from somewhere. Oh, if only all these territories were German, it'd make such a difference. Yeah, if we can either, you know, position our troops in Sichuan or Anhui where we can start trading here, or better yet, take India, I think the game can turn in our favor. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 13. Welcome back. It's Japan 13, and we straight for the combat move. I guess I can attack here, I guess. I don't know. Not gonna overthink it. I'll move them here. I'll move these guys towards Africa to try to hold the line against some of his stacks. I guess I'll keep these guys here to protect him from a half-hearted transport drop. I should be able to zone out whatever he has here. I should have more than enough planes. He has 9, 10, 11 units. I have 13, 17, 18 units that can hit here, assuming he wipes Anglo-Egypt. So he should be good there. What do you do with UK? Attack something? Oh, he attacked Rhodesia, lost a fighter. Okay, well that's it's not too bad. Alright, that's it. Do I even want to send a unit down? I don't think I do. Alright, that's it for now. Welcome back. It's Germany 14. Let's take a look at what Jsabul did. He hit French Equatorial Africa, and he bought, God, he bought so many units. So I was looking at the board and I was thinking, how should I play this? Should I walk down here and try to take India? And I calculated how many units he can get India by the time I can hit him, and it's just a ridiculous amount. He can get like 70, 80 units there. So I think instead of doing that, I'm going to instead try to march over here along the coast and try to force to take these territories here, get my bombers in a superior position where I can start zoning out his navy, and that's the plan. And maybe I can shift back and go after India, but it's just not feasible. I don't want to try to focus in on one area. I just can't do it. So my purchase, I'm going to buy 12 infantry, a fighter, and a bomber. Kind of want to kill this fighter, but it's also a little tempting to like blitz here. I'm a little curious. Is that a profitable attack? 1 tank, 4 fighters against 2 infantry. Ironically, it actually is a profitable attack. According to the calculator, I can hold this, right? I'm going to have, yeah, I should have a ton of units. It should be easily holdable, right? You have 17, 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, 20, plus 4 planes, that's 22. Yeah, I should have enough. This guy can also reach. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just double check to make sure that's safe. You know. It is very safe. Okay. Yeah, I'll just move here. I'm slightly regretting taking that with Japan because I don't get the income now, but what can you do? I captured it. It's mine. It's Japan's. Not much I can do about it now. Oh, you have no idea how badly I want to hit that spot. All right. I'm also going to leave a little permanent marker to be cautious of him capturing the United Kingdom. Isn't that the essence of the world? Jesus. Taking a screenshot of that garbage. Taking a screenshot of that garbage. That That's what garbage looks like, in case you were wondering. You didn't know what it looked like. That's its physical form. All right. Actually, I'll move all of these guys down there. And these guys can go up through here. Except the artillery will go down this way. I think that's what my plan is. I'll send these guys up here to go around this area to try to get that income. You know, if I capture these zones, that's 3 income. I mean, we're getting close-ish with income. If I can start trading these areas, that will be something. And let's keep up the pressure here. And we're putting the bombers here, so I have range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So we have range on all of these ships. In fact, I'm a little tempted to just give up. If I put them here, I can also reach this territory, which should further hurt his, right? If I, well, here's the thing. If I move these guys out here or here, it basically gives him free range on hitting France and such, so I probably don't want to do that. As much as I'd like to zone this navy, I mean, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I couldn't attack his navy, and I don't really want to be trading these territories. But I can't really reach here either. He'll probably just plop everything down in Morocco, right? Right? Ah, these 9 IPCs taken by Japan really suck. I feel it's important to keep them here to zone him out of 61. He's just invested. I think this is just the best compromise I can come up with. Do I want to move all of those units there, or to march them down towards India? That's another important question. Might be worth moving 5 units or 6 units there to pressure them, and then the rest here. It's kind of just coming up with compromises. He's not adding more units here, so I'd like to pressure. All right, let's go with this. Boom, boom. I'll add 1 extra unit here for safety. Is that really where I want to place the bomber? Might be more effective here. I really do think it's important to keep building bombers. Alright, well, at least he's only up 10 IP 9 IPCs a turn compared to where we were. So we're making some progress. We still got that attack power lead. I think we have a shot in this game because of a lot of his attack power is just in Navy and one attack infantry. And I think with our superior naval force, we're going to have more flexibility here. All right, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 14. All right, well, that was a very abrupt end to the game. I felt like, I mean, you can see that we were pretty good position attack power-wise, though USA still had an income lead. I think we were going to trade that. That's 2. You know, probably trade these every turn, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 income. But I still think there was a lot of give on the game. Jsabul messaged me and said that he just doesn't have enough time for a game like this because this is a sort of proactive, long game that's going to take quite a while to decide. He said that the bomber strategies is making the dual ocean really hard, which is the intent. You know, I build bombers, they can hit land, they can hit the sea, whereas his naval defense doesn't really do anything. It just defends. It doesn't attack. I mean, obviously with fighters it does a little bit, but each aircraft carriers 14 IPCs. That could be something different. So he said the wanting to rush a conclusion is why he did the YOLO on Japan in the first place, which kind of surprised me, a 16% YOLO, when I thought he was actually ahead at that point. But yeah, really wild game. I've never had a double capital trade before, so this is truly a first for me. I think we played it pretty well. I mean, maybe I made some small mistakes, like retaking Szechuan here with Japan. I don't know if that was a mistake, but just, I feel we played a pretty solid game, building up the bombers, infantry, pinning in the Russian units. I think that might have been a mistake for him to just suicide the Russians in to buy time. I mean, it bought him time for my stacks not coming towards him, but it was a very expensive price. So yeah, absolutely wild game. So we're going to be moving on to the next round of the tournament. I want to say thank you to all the commenters. You guys are awesome. I read every comment, and it really helps motivate me to keep putting these out. Thanks for the subscribers, and of course the paying members who get to see the videos early. Thank you, everyone, and I'll catch you guys next time.